On today's show, a story of inspiration. We meet Matt Stutzman, a Midwestern archer who shot his way into the Olympics. Spring means it's time for the Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest.
We'll go up this
and
way.
wading trout waters with the Spin Doctor.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers.
Hey everybody, Laura and I welcome you to the show.
Up first, Travis Frank meets one of the Midwest's most inspirational hunters.
An archer who shot his way into the record books.
Near the small farm town of Stockport, Iowa, one of America's most accurate archers takes aim. Matt Stutzman shoots and shoots the only way he knows how.
In 1982, I was born without any arms, kind of like you see me now. So I never really knew life with arms.
Even without arms, he knows that practice
That worked out good.
leads to greatness.
I mean, 8 hours a day, I figured it up one time. I think it's like 170,000 arrows a year. That's a lot of arrows. And by doing that, I was able to teach myself kind of the basics.
From there, Matt's skills grew. In 2012, he shot his way onto the United States Paralympic team, winning a silver medal in London.
I didn't really realize how far it was going to take me. In 2013, I became the #1 ranked para-archer in the world.
In 2017, he reached another milestone.
I decided to make the jump to able-bodied tournaments only. That means I'm competing against people with no physical disabilities. I'm actually the current national champion, able-bodied in the whole United States, which is pretty cool.
Matt's success has taken him on a journey his birth parents never saw coming.
At 3 months old, they put me up for adoption. I was in the hospital till about 13 months old, and I had this amazing family who lives about 45 minutes from here, the Stutzmans. They decided to adopt me, take me home.
The Stutzmans gave Matt the tools, and most importantly, the confidence to succeed.
They taught me how to learn to think outside the box and adapt to the world instead of the world adapting to me. At a very small age, I knew I was going to do something amazing, just didn't know what that was yet.
In 2009, Matt got his answer.
I was a stay-at-home dad of 2 boys, couldn't find a job, and so I was struggling with all that because I wanted to be able to be the father, the husband that you're supposed to be to take care of your kids, and I can't.
So he bought a bow to put food on the table.
I self-taught myself how to shoot. Had a good year that year. I was super excited.
That's when his archery skills went viral.
I make a living now shooting a bow. I am very lucky and fortunate enough that I'm able to compete and do what I do and get paid to do it.
Matt's travels take him far from home, but Iowa's spring turkey hunting season always brings him back.
My favorite part about turkey hunting is the fact that they talk to you. You can call them in. The key to turkey hunting is not using hand calls, it's using foot calls. Armless joke. Hunting for me is definitely putting food on the table is the number one priority, but it's peaceful. I have a lot of time to reflect, and so it's sitting in the woods and watching the world wake up and waiting for that moment to make the right shot.
A shot he practices 8 hours a day 170,000 times a year.
It just kind of comes in a big circle. It makes me feel like I'm doing my part.
Distant gobblers sound off, but these love-struck toms keep their distance.
I'll just keep trying again until I get one.
This armless archer knows when the shot counts, he'll be ready to hit his mark.
It's what I like to do. It's part of who I am, and I don't foresee it quitting anytime in the near future.
Straight ahead, spring means crappie fishing, and that means the Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest. Join the fun next.
You like to fish?
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, by the Yard maintenance-free outdoor furniture, Running Aces Casino, Hotel and Racetrack, and by Alumacraft Boats. Alumacraft presents Kids in the Outdoors.
We are just about a week away from the Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest. On May 4th, more than 1,000 anglers will fish Lake Minnetonka to try and catch a few fish and maybe get a few cool prizes. It's time to see what this Minnesota tradition is all about.
If you like to wet a line, we're guessing you like to catch crappies. That might be Minnesota fact. Kids of all ages crappie fish. Catching these little critters right after ice out signals spring in the annual Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest.
1.35, ladies and gentlemen, our new leader. What's your name, sir?
Where a crappie almost any size might be worth a big prize.
Where did you catch that fish on, do you remember?
Well, someone else catched it.
A friendly sort of fishing tournament now 50 years strong. Jack Diotis knows.
50 every year. I won the first one when the Holiday gas stations were the main sponsor for Ranchera. It's a blast, and I just love fishing and people who hang around fishing people.
You like to fish? Good.
Anglers fish Lake Minnetonka. Lord Fletcher's hosts the contest weigh-in. Plenty of people also fish right off the docks.
Find a lot of them? Yeah. Good. Where? Why should I tell you? That's a good question.
The tournament works this way. Participants who catch a crappie take it to the Minnesota-bound stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Any fish, any size, often wins a prize.
Winner of our youth, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job.
The angler who comes closest to the mystery weight wins a brand spanking new Alumacraft fishing boat. Proceeds benefit local charities like Fishing for Life.
We love to be here. Certainly we need the funding to help our programming, but we also organize 25 boats at this event. Our mission statement is serving kids, families, and communities through fishing and outdoors.
Keep competitive fishing out of this day. Instead, think family fishing and fun.
Right up there, close to the dock, right over there.
Just watch young angler Hunter Dobbins.
Double! Yeah. I just saw it disappear out of nowhere. Like, what the heck?
Casting, hopefully catching, and a bit of spring shenanigans.
The first minnow to cross here wins first place.
We know how to have fun.
First place rod. Well done.
What does it mean to be able to fish with Hunter, and then is this your uncle?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So who caught the most fish today?
I don't know.
You can lie and say you did.
I do.
So block your calendar. May 4th, a day where kids catch crappies and Minnesotans make memories.
Where is Lincoln Erickson?
Even at just 8 years old.
Lincoln, you know what just happened?
I just won a boat.
You won a boat, a
motor, and a trailer.
Not bad for a bit of crappie fishing fun.
Generous with their turkey burgers.
Coming up next, we get wild in the kitchen with a fun recipe just in time for turkey hunting season.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Maple Grove Lock and Safe, your premier Liberty safe dealer.
Turkey hunting season is officially upon us, and I'm here with Chef Kevin from Firelight Grill House and Cocktail Bar. And Chef, I have a feeling we're going to be using wild turkey today.
Yes, we are, yeah. So we're doing the Triple B burger.
Ooh, what do the Triple B's stand for?
Well, we got bourbon, bacon, and butter.
Who doesn't love those ingredients?
I don't know.
All right, how do we get started?
Well, we're going to get chopping.
Perfect. What are we chopping first?
All right, first let's start with the bacon.
Okay.
You can do more or less. I personally like a lot of bacon. All right, Laura, so next we're gonna chop up the onion. No cry.
Half or whole?
I would just do about half for this, yeah. Perfect. All right, Laura, now we're gonna pick some fresh thyme. I like to start at the very top and then work your way down.
Way down. Could you use dry thyme, or is it important to use fresh?
I think fresh is best, but you certainly could. I mean,
fresh is always best.
Yeah.
How's that?
Perfect. All right, Laura, grab that bacon. Bring it over. We got a hot pan here. Bacon over, we're gonna sweat that a little bit. Go ahead, grab the butter.
Time to add the onion.
And then fresh thyme.
All right, Chef, is it time for our third B?
Yes.
Bourbon.
Yeah. All right, Laura, now it's time to mix.
Generous with their turkey burgers.
They got to fit into this little press. So this
Okay.
is, yeah.
Set it right there?
Yep.
Looks like it's time for the skillet.
Sure is, yeah. Let's do it. All right, Laura, so we're ready to flip now.
Okay, how many minutes on each side have
That
you
was
been
about
cooking?
4 minutes. We want to cook it to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are good. So that's aged white cheddar. It's pretty good. All right, now we're gonna put the burgers here, rest them. And what we're gonna do is actually just toast the buns right in some more butter.
More butter.
Remember, this is a butter burger. All right, Laura, our buns are toasted.
Assembly time?
Yeah, so everything that we kind of left in the pan here, all the turkey and the bacon and all that, was actually absorbed back into the bun, so you're gonna get a lot of that flavor.
All right, Chef, I have a quiz for you.
All right.
Do you know what wild turkey, bourbon, bacon, and butter equal?
Deliciousness.
Well, take a bite and I'll tell you.
All right.
It's pure heaven. That's what it is.
Great.
So good.
Straight ahead, we dip into cold Minnesota waters to chase the prettiest fish alongside the Spin Doctor.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut, Mountain Dew, Radco Truck Accessories, Bent Creek Golf Course, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Up next, a real Minnesota secret revealed.
Yeah, the Spin Doctor shows Ron Schera how he catches so many darn fish.
The spinner. Such a simple fishing lure, yet so effective. An underwater illusion. A ploy that fools the eyes of a fish
Ooh, that's a nicer trout.
Seen not a spinning blade, but an easy minnow to eat.
That was a nice brown.
The fishing history of spinners is a little vague, but this much we know. First invented in France, spinners have been fooling fish for more than 80 years.
Seeing any more, John?
Yeah.
But nobody in Minnesota loves spinners like this fisherman. His name, John Eggers.
There's one. There he is.
Oh, he got a...
Oh, no. No, no, no.
Yeah, he was about 6 inches
But
long.
fishing with spinners is not the whole story here.
I was thinking it might have been a brookie.
Minnesota's spin doctor also spins a different tale.
I started using spinners back probably in about 65 or 66 as a youngster because they were very inexpensive. I think they were 60 cents, and I just fell in love with spinner fishing.
Then one day a long time ago, John, who lives in Rochester near trout country, discovered that trout also loved spinners.
Some people would say, oh, you're using spinners for trout.
I guess I never thought about it. If a person is enjoying themselves, whether using bait or spinners, that's all that matters, as long as we're having fun.
Which explains why on this day, on a fork of the Root River,
we'll go up this way, downstream.
We walked along one of those unnamed scenic places, guarded by limestone bluffs, and decorated with dainty bluebells.
Pretty scenery there, John. Pretty scenery.
The method we're going to use is we're going to get down in the water. Now, their visual acuity, or their ability to see, goes all the way up over their head. But when you get down here in the water, you're almost behind them, completely invisible, and you can just about walk up behind them.
There's one falling. Oh, that was a nice fish.
With browns, you get about 1 or 2 chances, so that's a good sign.
A few casts later, a good sign got even better.
There's one. Got one.
Got him?
Yeah. Woo. Lucky there.
Popped him right out of there, didn't you?
Got lucky.
Ah, that was all skill. You got a poor net job, but you got a good fish.
Yeah, that's a dandy brown. Boy, he smacked that thing.
Well, Ron, you've done it for me.
There you go.
Still 100% this year.
You're beautiful. I want to get him in the water, though.
So it was time to move on to the rest of the story, to watch John the Spin Doctor in his spinner-making headquarters.
John, I'll say this. Your office decor doesn't get much better than this. How many spinners can you make, say, an hour?
About 45 to 50.
Really?
No. I usually make about 6,000 spinners a year right now.
That means John makes or assembles all the spinner parts, the spinner hooks.
I'm putting it right in between the jaws of my die here. Hold it in.
He bends the shaft wire.
Then we'll put the body on.
A few steps later,
there's my eye to my spinner. And now I'll double check it. Yep, that's gonna be good there.
And presto, behold, a spinner.
Now it's ready for packaging.
But it's ready to catch a fish as well, right?
Yes, sir, that's ready to go.
Ready to be sold at tackle shops or online.
Yeah, this is hooked on fishing. Hey, morning, Cody.
Sure enough, inside this Rochester bait shop, here they are, John's spinners. Just waiting to be fished, spinners of every ilk. And all made in America, because that's important. All made in America.
I kind of figured maybe if I make everything in the United States, if our dollars will stay home, our jobs will stay home, and maybe our soldiers can stay home too.
That might be expecting a lot from a spinner, but we know this. John Eggers spinners do more than simply catch fish.
Trout fishing, so much fun.
Especially when you've got the Spin Doctor to guide you.
Well, that about does it for us today. Remember to drop us your comments or story ideas on our Minnesota Bound Facebook page.
Until next week, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.